Wait, where are we going?
Cut to the band!
Oh, shit. I'm so fucked. I need a break. TV station is fucking great, and I hate every other map. It's not that these maps aren't fun, it's just that they aren't interesting enough for me to want to return to them. Farm specifically seems like it's designed more towards newer players and a shorter experience, is more of an introduction to the game and the game's systems. Valley, on the other hand, I do not see as an interesting map at all, nor do I think it is a well-designed map. The points of interest in Valley are just boring. Like, as I think about it now, I can't think of a location other than docks on Valley. Valley is just clutter to me. It's just how many points of interest can we put in a map while still having enough space to put trees and shit in the way. Farm is more like how much shit we can pack into the smallest map we can make. And at this point, you might be thinking, why am I so critical of Farm and Valley, and why am I not talking about Armory or Northridge? Because those other maps, you have to pay a ticket just to queue in for a match. Farm and Valley are the main two maps most players are going to play on because it doesn't cost anything to go on to those maps. Which brings me to my main point of this video. Why does it cost me money to play on the best map that you have? Better yet, why does it cost money at all to queue in for a match? Why does it cost money just to queue in for the better designed maps? I do not think there is a logical reason for a loot value requirement, a loot value limit, and a purchase of a ticket just to play on a specific map. Now, I may not have Tarkov, but if I look online, what do you know? Tarkov doesn't have any bar of entry just to queue for a match. The entire point of an extraction shooter is the risk of what you bring in being lost. Hunt Showdown, you risk the loss of your character. Tarkov, you risk the loss of your equipment. In Arena Breakout, you risk the loss of your money. And as a regular player, that is going to deter players from wanting to play on the better maps that you have, the better maps that people want to play on. Now, inherently, when the value that is being lost in the extraction shooter genre is currency, which is similar to Tarkov, the equipment that you bring in costs money. But in Arena Breakout, everything good costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it builds up very quickly. It builds up to the point where the value that you bring out of a match does not equal the value of equipment in the economy. Previously, I had about 5 million. Right now, I have about 2 million. And that is with wins and losses in a normal match. I lose more money than I will ever bring out from a match, going to the safes, getting the high value items. The high value items that they boast about in the events tab they're not a lot of money. They are not a lot of money when it comes to the majority of items in the economy. One of those items maybe get you like one really good chest piece, and then you get a shit helmet. Secondly, the equipment's useful value doesn't equal its economic value. The highest rated chest piece that I had didn't do me much before. I think it was about 7 on the scoring, and it cost me like 500,000. The best ammunition is actually what wins and loses firefights. I have lost to more people that buy the most expensive ammo than to people that had the most expensive equipment. So there seems to be a balance issue with the ammunition and the armor. Maybe that's just me bitching, but I kind of want my armor to have actual impact on what happens in the game. I want the bullets to ricochet off of my armor that has a high ricochet probability. Now, at one point, I thought there might have been a solution to my problem, which was the best maps are behind a paywall. The best equipment costs too much money. And then I find the Secure Ops tab. Hallelujah, a solution. Just to be shot down out of the sky when the Secure Ops has a fucking paywall like every other map. There's a paywall for fucking Farm on Secure Ops. Why? If Farm is the starter basic bitch map, why am I being punished for wanting a casual experience? Because that is what is going on. It is a punishment to want a more casual experience. It is a punishment to want to keep my money for a fucking mobile game. And I know what's going on. It's the gacha system. That's what's happening. They want to make it harder to keep your money, so you spend your hard-earned real money from your job to buy more currency. Okay. Now that I have complained thoroughly, and I've collected my thoughts, let's just summarize what I think about this game. I think the gameplay is fantastic. It feels really good to shoot, feels really good sneaking around. catching someone by surprise. Feels good being in a firefight. The core gameplay loop is fun. What's not fun is the absurdity of how much everything costs to get to the next level of experience, the end game. I think it's going to deter a lot of people when 50 hours in, you are no far better than when you first started. The progression is very, very slow for a mobile game. And I think that's what the audience is going to be. People playing on the phone, enjoying it every now and then. This game clearly wants to be a Tarkov experience, but it's not going to get there if it's free to play, because it has to do the gacha system. It has to do in-game microtransactions. It has to sell skins. It has to whatever. So that's how I'm going to treat this game. I'm going to play it every now and then. But, yeah, I'm done. You're still here? Alright, well, here's this. Oh, he went again. Look at him go. Yeah, look at him go. Oh, he went again. Oh, yeah.